Hello, we are here at the National Neurodiversity Show in Cardiff. I'm with Dale. Tell us, what brings you here today?
Today I am here with the SENDcast Podcast. Podcast which we've been running now for 6 years, released 290 episodes, and it's all about educating everyone more about special education needs. And a part of that, a big thing for me, being autistic and ADHD, is neurodiversity.
Do you find that most of your listeners are from the neurodiversity spectrum, or do you find there are people who are recently exposed to someone who has been diagnosed and looking for more information?
It's a real mix. So the podcast we really created to educate teachers, but there's a lot of parents getting a diagnosis for their child, learning more. There's also adults in front of us themselves. We also have a load of driving instructors who are teaching neurodiverse students, want to know more about neurodiversity so they can kind of support them better.
And how would people watching this get in contact with you if they want to start listening to your podcast?
Easiest way is just go straight on Spotify or you scan the QR code and you can just search for us. You'll find all the episodes there, saying 290. You can just scroll through, find the ones that interest you. But you can also do on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and lots of other places.
And how has exhibiting here today benefited your podcast?
It's been really nice. It's always nice to meet new people, meet some listeners who already listen, and also finding new guests. Because that's the thing with, you could do an episode on what is autism. Yeah, we did that like 200 episodes ago. Now we're getting onto things like sleep and neurodiversity. And everyone's got a different angle, everyone's got a unique experience. And those experiences can help others. So finding people to come on to share their experiences to help others is always good fun.
Who's the most interesting guest you've had on the podcast?
Oh, that's a really tough one. I'm going to go for one we had recently, which was a 16-year-old student who's doing her GCSE, who's being like a neurodiversity advocate. And she was basically just kind of sharing her views and actually how some really small changes, like not wearing a blazer and wearing a plain hoodie and some other small changes, would really benefit her and allow her to be much more involved in school, be more at school, and why schools aren't making these reasonable adjustments. She was really eloquent with her expressions and explanations of why, and she really took in that she couldn't just wear a random hoodie, it had to be a sensible one. She took all that into account and the school still said no. But that was a really good episode. They're all different. One of the ones I really liked was years ago, one on desperately seeking certainty, which is how we all like to know what's happening. We all like to know where we're going on holiday. We like to know when we're going off the plane what's going to happen. Yeah. And actually it's the whole thing of how it gives us confidence knowing what's going to happen. And things like visual timetables, all those sort of things people use. It's about giving people that certainty, they knowing what's going to happen. So that was really good. Someone explaining why we do that, why we change things, and the impact it can have on us.
As a former carer, there was a gentleman I used to work with, and we'd plan a holiday around him, but he'd always display behaviour issues when on holiday. But we learned quickly that as long as we told him we are going home, then he understood that, okay, this does end, we are going home, my normal life will resume. And when we learned that, he became amazing on holidays. He couldn't wait to go on holidays, but as long as he knew he was going home.
Yes.
And that's kind of what you just said resonates with me from my former experience.
Yeah, so it was the whole thing. It was about, one of the stories on there was about a child who loves the fire brigade. They had them in there, but hadn't told the kids. And just before lunch, we're not going to do this, which we thought we were going to do. We've got the fire brigade coming in. And it was almost too much for this child. So he did something naughty at lunchtime so that he'd get sent to the head teachers, because that gave him certainty. He knew what his afternoon would look like. And he missed out on the whole fire brigade, which the school thought was really sad. But he did a negative action to get certainty.
Yeah.
Which gave him comfort.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Hey, been interesting to speak to you. Plug your podcast one more time.
So listen to the SENDcast, listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Alexa, Amazon Music, everywhere. Find the episodes that will suit you and just enjoy learning.
Thank you for speaking to us today, Dale. We are at the National Neurodiversity Show here in Cardiff.